So, we're rolling,
We are rolling.
and I'm here in Orlando with my
Sir.
buddy.
How you doing?
My. Do you know it's weird? Like, I think for the first time, was it today or yesterday? I referred to you as my nephew.
Really?
Yeah, and I think I've done that in my head.
Yeah.
A lot of times.
I mean, I've always referred to you as my uncle. I mean, that's just what my dad has always,
Yes.
and my parents have always like said, like, your Uncle Joey. Like, that's just kind of what
They've
I've known
even
you as.
said it
Yeah.
like that. Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just the same as like my Uncle Jared, Uncle Jason, and on my mom's side, uncles as well. So, yeah, it's the same.
Fantastic, man.
Yeah.
Like most of the time, I've said my best friend's son,
Yeah.
and then I don't know why it just maybe it's because I teach English online, and I was talking to some of my students even right before I came here,
Yeah.
and I was like, I'm going to see my best friend's son, and I was like, it's just kind of easier if you just say nephew,
Nephew,
and it's a chance to teach them, if they don't know it already, the word nephew.
Yeah.
But I hadn't done that before.
Yeah,
and I don't know why I didn't.
With my friends, I know we talk about like one day we're gonna have kids, right? We're always gonna we always say that like we'll be the uncle to each other's kids. So like that's the way that we've looked at it.
Yeah.
So I mean that's why I was like why I've referred to you, especially as my Uncle Joey, because like that's because you're my dad's best friend, so that's obviously that makes sense in my mind, right?
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's
good,
always
man.
the way I've imagined it and thought about like that. When Alex has kids, like I'll be the uncle to his kids, and vice versa. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, fantastic. Okay. Well, then let's just normalize calling people uncle who aren't
Agreed.
uncle technically by blood, but
Yeah.
I don't know if that matters. Do you know, there was one time that I can't remember exactly where we were, but you were so young.
Yeah.
And we might have been in a store or something, or we were somewhere. And I think you said, like, someone asked about who are these people, or something along those lines. And you were like, that's my Uncle Jason, and that's my Uncle Joey. And then the person, I think, was kind of like, oh.
I don't know about that one.
And Jason, I'll never forget, Jason gave the perfect response. And I was just like, that was so nice. He said something like, he's got an extra uncle.
Yeah, there you go.
And I was like, that was the nicest thing.
Perfect response. Yeah.
That nicest way, perfect way that Jason could have
Oh yeah, Jason's great.
said that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jason Canales. Hi, buddy. Miss you. Love you. Anyway, so we're here in Orlando, Florida.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
You have been, well, first of all, a little bit of background. You are from where originally?
Raleigh, North Carolina, Wake Forest area, around there.
Okay. And so you graduated high school a year ago.
Yeah, almost coming up on a year.
Yeah.
Like the beginning of June, I graduated last year.
So then talk about what happened after you graduated from high school.
I mean, summer kind of just happened, and then nothing crazy there. But then move into college and like middle of August.
Which is college where? What town?
East Carolina University in Greenville, North Carolina, which is like an hour and a half away from my home in Raleigh, or Wake Forest, more or less. And moved in there with my best friend, Alex. We got to room together for our first semester, and then he got a new roommate when I moved out to come down here to do the Disney College program, which we'll obviously get into more. And yeah, I mean, it's planning on living together again this coming year. Not planning, we are. We already signed the lease, so you can't get away from me now. So excited about that. And yeah, kind of just completed my first semester, and then in the middle, I guess, of that semester, I found out about the program through my mom, and I applied and got in. So I decided to come down here and do it.
Yeah, which is I think it's such an interesting choice.
Yeah.
Because I think what a lot of college freshmen or first year college students in the U.S. do is they start their life kind of as an adult, many of them away from home.
Right.
First year in college, and they become obsessed with their life, with their new
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
And it is this feeling of like elation, the freedom, the independence, and just it's this world. I mean, really, it's like a little bubble. You don't
Yeah.
know it as
Yeah.
much when you're in or maybe you guys are more aware of it now than
I
I
mean,
was when
yeah,
I
like
was.
being in college is definitely different than it's way different than being in high school, but also it's different than being a full adult. Like living on a college campus is very it's secluded for sure, but I mean you still have the opportunity to kind of go do whatever. And you're not held down by staying at your dorm every night if you don't want to. Like you can go off and do whatever. They don't care. They're not like a someone come and check in on you, like make sure you're home at this time, doing whatever, which we knew going in, but like it really is like especially here, like I have my job now, so I'd have to ask for the time off as opposed to my first semester where I didn't have a job. But if I got time off, I have my car, I could buy a plane flight, I could drive over to Cocoa Beach, I could drive home if I really wanted to. It's learning not about free will, but like learning that you kind of do have it is such an interesting experience. It really is kind of just being like, I can just go, like do whatever. And so the same thing with this is like, well, I don't know if I can leave college or if that's something I'm supposed to do or allowed to do. And I was like, actually, I can do that. I can take a semester off and graduate later if I want to, which is what I'm doing. So yeah, works out.
Yeah. And so, and I can even thinking back to my own college days, my first year, I fell in love with the experience, and I think that's ideally what should happen.
Right.
But at the same time, it kind of,
Excuse me.
and I guess maybe at the time you're maybe that's the hope is that you will love your situation. But at the same time, looking at playing devil's advocate, looking at the other side, it could give you tunnel vision,
for sure,
possibly.
Yeah.
And so that's why it is so fascinating that you discovered this opportunity, and it was something, number one, that you actually considered, and then you pursued it. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, since I was really, really little, I remember the very first time I ever went to Disney or even like had a thought about Disney World. Like my parents, we were on the way home from a family trip with my mom's side of our family somewhere in Florida. I don't remember where, but it was a beach in Florida, and we were there for like a week. And then on the way home, my parents surprised us that we were going to Disney for a day. It was Magic Kingdom. I was ecstatic. I was so excited. And I knew about Disney, right? Like
how old were you?
7,
okay.
I think. Brooklyn might have been 3.
Oh,
3.
Gosh,
If I was 7, she would. Maybe I was 6. She was 3. I don't fully remember.
Yeah.
But around 6 or 7 years old is how old I was, and I mean I loved it. I loved every part of it. And like of course I did. I was a little kid. Like of course every little kid is gonna love Disney, but I just continued to grow my love for this company and everything that they make. Like I'm a big movie person, you know that. But my love for movies came from Disney movies. Like one of the first movie experiences I remember is with Pawpaw and with Uncle Jared, as we went to go see the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie together. And I mean, that movie changed my life, dude. Like for real. And how old was I when that came out? 24. I was 9 years old. Yeah, crazy. So everything that has to do with this company is the reason why I chose to apply here, and why when I got in I knew that it was something that I was meant to do and something that I was meant specifically for me and like my trajectory. And I didn't know it when I went into college. It wasn't even a thought in my mind when I was going into school in August, and I applied in October and got in a week after I had my phone interview, which was like 2 weeks after I applied, something like that.
It was that fast.
Yeah, so I mean, they're constantly moving through people, like, which is why, like, if somebody gets fired here, or like someone moves out, they're constantly having people come in. It's a very, very competitive job and competitive space, which is crazy. I mean, makes sense, right?
Yeah.
But it was like I applied. I think it was early October, which is when I came home for fall break, struggling a little bit first semester. And so my mom noticed that, and we talked about it, and she found the Disney College program, and which is what I'm on now. And so I applied, and I think everybody gets a phone interview unless they like really aren't accepting people. I think they give everybody a phone interview, And that's like I think it was like a week and a half after I applied. I remember because I took the phone call at school in my dorm room. I'd ask Alex, I was like, hey, do you mind if I have the room for like an hour just to kind of like prep for the interview and then have the interview? And I think the interview was like half an hour. And so, yeah, just an interview. And they said you'll find out within a week if you got in or if you didn't. And I think it was 5 days after, and I got the email that I got in. I immediately called my mom. She's the first person I called. I may have actually called Alex first. I don't remember. Because he wasn't in the room, because I had just gotten back from class and I was checking my email and I saw that I got in. I think I may have, it was either Alex or my mom. I think I called Alex first. I was like, yeah, so the interview that I just had like 5 days ago, I got in. He was like, that's insane. And then I immediately called my mom. So, yeah, I was pretty pumped. I was excited.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Very nice. Did any part of you at any point look at this option, think, oh, this would be cool, and then think, you know what, not for me, or not for me right now?
No.
No.
Never once.
It was full steam ahead as soon as you heard about it.
Yeah, and I mean, like, especially with Disney, like, it's always been my thing. You can ask, like, anyone that I know. Like, I've always been very, very into it, very much like a Disney kid. And I knew that this is somewhere that I always wanted to work, and a company I always wanted to work for. I never knew in this capacity, in this way, but it's something that I've always wanted to do. And definitely being on the program, I may have I've considered, sorry, worded that completely wrong, that maybe holding off on it to do it maybe this coming year would have been better, or hold off to do it just later in college in general. But I think it's the fact that they don't really accept freshmen. Not nearly as many freshmen and sophomores as they do like juniors, seniors, and people who've already graduated. Because you can do it up to like a year or two after you graduated. And so they really don't take freshmen. It's the fact that I think that they took me, which is, I was like, I got to do it. I got to do it. So I knew I had to.
How many, have you met other freshmen here?
Yeah, a few. I mean, not a few. I mean, there's a number. It's not like I'm like one of like 10. I'm one of like probably a 1,000 or not a few hundred probably, as opposed to like how many people that do this program. Because I mean, there's a ton of people that do it. That's a good chunk of their employees that work in the park. So yeah, it's I'd say I don't know how many in general, but I've met a good handful of freshmen. Yeah.
Had and over the course of your time here, which by the way you arrived when?
January 13th, and I leave June 12th, so it'll be around 5 months, I think, total, maybe 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we're here at almost the last day of May.
Yeah, May 30th, is the date.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the 30th.
May 30th. So at any point along the way, did you ever have the thought, oh, what am I missing back on campus?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I definitely with Alex, because we are very, very close, him and I, like best friends. But we made a solid group of friends later in that first semester that I kind of wish I'd stayed for, because like dorm life sucks, obviously. But like, there's something about your first year of college, living in the dorm, everything's on campus, everyone you know is on campus, going back between each other's dorm rooms, going out and having fun just with those group of friends that you make that first semester, which I'm still going to be hanging out with this next semester in our apartment. So it'll be like, I'm very excited to, and I know they all miss me and I miss them a ton. But there's something still about living that first year in college, and I kind of wish that I still did finish it and then did the program. But I'm glad that I still came and did the program, because I've made a lot of growth here personally that I don't think I would have made if I'd stayed. And I definitely think I would have grown some, but not as much as I did here, basically alone, you know? So, yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how homesick have you felt?
I mean, it comes in waves, I guess. I think the most I ever felt, I mean, I had one really bad night where I really wanted to go home, but that was like the night my friends left, and I was like, of course I wouldn't want to go home that night. But like in general, like overall, I'd say throughout the program, probably like a 6, 7. I think at the highest, like an 8 or 9. So yeah, I definitely am I love being here, and I love it in Orlando, and I want to come back and do another program. But I'm very ready to be home. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When would you be interested in possibly doing this again?
My idea right now is August 2026. Do it from August to December. We'll see what the plan is after this year of school or during this year of school, because I may want to stay in Greenville and do another year. I'm not entirely sure, but that's been my plan for the last couple months, is to come back and do it August of 2026. But we will see if that holds true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so each time, let's say that, for example, this semester, these few months you've been here doing the program, you took one class?
One class, yeah. I really wanted to make sure I had all my time devoted to being here and had full focus living here and working here and staying here. So I made sure that I wasn't occupied with school, because I also knew because I knew I was going to get caught up living here, that I would get behind on my schoolwork, and so I didn't want to do that either. So one class, and it went great. I got an A. So if I had anything less than that, I'd be pretty disappointed in that.
Yeah.
Now that wouldn't be great. But yeah, it was good class. I learned actually a decent bit doing that, so that was nice. It was an internship in business class, and it was taught. It was really just kind of like giving us things to do about because it's really for an internship, and this isn't an internship. So I had a couple workaround things that I had to do, either sometimes a little bit more of because this isn't a program, or things that I had to didn't have to do as much as maybe some other people in the class did because this isn't an internship. Like on my final fill out form, that it was like a performance review. It wasn't probably as in depth as like in someone who's on an internship with a mentor, because I don't have a mentor. I have like coordinators and leaders that don't probably know me all that well. So it's kind of, I didn't have to like get really like an interview with them or like a written thing or anything like that. I had to get kind of like a performance, like they're good at this, and maybe you need a little room to work here, and yeah, just kind of stuff like that.
Yeah. And so thinking down the line, if you were to do this, say August 2026, what would that mean for classes? Would you do the same thing? Would you maybe take one, or
I would probably take more. I'd probably take three classes, and yeah, I mean, to like just keep getting less and less behind with school as I can. Like I probably should have taken classes this summer, but it is what it is. So I'll be especially if I do the program next August, I'll definitely be taking college classes in the summer to kind of help with keeping up as much as I can. Because even though I know I'm going to be graduating later, I still don't want to graduate like too late, right?
Yeah.
So just kind of will do what makes sense class-wise, but we'll probably be taking more than one for sure. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And what is I want to say what is your job, but you've kind of given me a little bit of background. What have your jobs been?
Yeah. I've had 4 since I've been here. Well, by the time I leave, I will have had 4. So I originally started in late January and until I think late February. I was there for a little over a month at Hollywood Studios ODV, which is outdoor vending. So I worked at like popcorn carts, churro carts, and served like slushies, ice cream, things like that. And I did that for about a month, and it was fine. I met a bunch of people, liked them a lot. Hours were a little less than what I'm doing currently. Probably not even a little, a good bit less. And it was fine. It was not a bad start to the program, but I definitely enjoy what I'm doing now a little bit more. Enjoy, man. If for some reason you don't like that one, just tell me and I'll get you different. Got any drinks? Have more, guys. Even though the hours are a lot longer, I'm currently doing Epcot festivals, which is basically they have 4 festivals throughout the year. They have the Festival of the Arts, which is from like January to February. The Flower and Garden Festival, which is what I'm doing currently, which is from this year, from March to June 2nd, which is when the program ends, which is coming up in just a couple days. And then they do the Food and Wine Festival, which is like August to November, sometimes October. I think November this year, though. And then Festival of the Holidays, which is probably, I think, late November to really early January, probably first couple days of January. This is when, because they got the start of the Festival of the Arts back up again. So it's like a full cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then once the festival ends, I'm here still for like a week. And so the other 2 jobs I will have are at both of the water parks at Typhoon Lagoon and Blizzard Beach. And I'm just, again, serving food there.
Serving food. So I was able to sneak by like it was like a secret or anything.
Yeah, I knew you were there.
And I was like, hey, Uncle Joey, surprise! Could you imagine if I did that?
And
oh
I
would
didn't know
you
I was
hate
coming.
Me?
No, I would be very surprised. Be like, oh, the hell are you doing in Florida? You're in Costa Rica, but all right.
Yep.
No, but I mean, it would have been great to see you. But obviously I knew you were coming, so it was great to see you when I was working. But yeah, you definitely saw what I get to do, and that was at that stand. It's what I was working at. It was the Northern Bloom stand in Canada, which when you're working there, if you're working filler, which is what I was doing when he came to see me, you're just pouring drinks. That's all you're doing. And it was good. I stand is fine. They're all very similar in my mind, and not my mind. They're all made to be very similar in the way that they get the product out to everybody. So.
And I thought it was so interesting. I haven't been to Disney in decades, pretty much.
Yeah.
And I just wasn't even aware that there was even a place to have the option to have alcohol.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's crazy. So Disney is throughout their entire property, very different with where and how they serve alcohol. Like Magic Kingdom is their big family park, right? Like they don't serve alcohol there at all. I think maybe at a couple of sit-down places, like sit-down restaurants where you have to get a reservation, probably, but that's it. Like you can't be walking around with a drink, like anything like that. They want it to be very family-oriented and nothing else going on, you know what I mean? But at every other park, you can. Like they have specific like clear cup, like all alcohol on Disney property is served in clear cups. That's how you know it's alcohol. Like there are other clear cups, but like they'll be like kind of foggy, or like they'll be frosted, or have like characters wrapped around it so that you know, like, okay, that's like drink for a kid, or like even if it's colored, you're like, that's not alcohol. If it's a clear cup, obviously you can probably tell it's a beer, but like another kind of cup, if it's just a clear cup and there's a cocktail in it, you can tell the difference between a drink for a kid and a drink for an adult. So, yeah.
Okay. We caught up for a couple times since I've been here, and you mentioned to me that some people can go a little harder.
Yeah. So in Epcot in particular, the drinking is more or less encouraged. I don't think Epcot even started this. I think it was a Disney fan and Disney visitor thing they called Drinking Around the World. So Epcot is the part that has the World Showcase, has 11 countries, and it's really, really cool. And all the countries serve different food and different alcohol. And a lot of people come and make it their mission to drink around the world, which just means having a drink in every country, which is 11 drinks. And there are a number of people that cannot handle 11 drinks in the span of the time that they are in Epcot. And some people don't make it all the way through. Some people do, and probably would have been better if they didn't.
Right.
And they're feeling pretty good, and we get them when they're feeling pretty good. When we have to keep serving them. A lot of times, sometimes we'll have to red zone a customer, which red zone means no more serving alcohol. Like we have to be like, sir, you've had too many drinks and we can no longer serve you alcohol, but we can give you water, food, those other things to help you out. And they are never very happy about that. Like they're not a big fan of us saying that. I don't think there's ever been one person that's been like, oh, okay, I understand. Like, no. Right. They're always very like, come on. Like, or like even more than that, like very pissed that we're not giving them any more to drink, especially if they're willing to pay for it, which honestly, I kind of understand because they did pay all this money to come to Disney. If they want to drink, even if they are getting super drunk, let them drink. If you're going to encourage it, it's a very interesting thing to kind of go back and forth. It's like, yeah, you got to cut them off, but also they're paying a lot of money to be here, and I'm probably staying at a resort too, which those are also not cheap. Yeah. So they want to have another drink, let them have another drink. But it is what it is, you know. That's a rule that we have, so you got to follow it. But yeah, it's a big thing there, and I mean, like there are people that have made like custom tattoos, like little temporary tattoos where they're going like when they get a drink in a country, they'll just check one off. Like there are shirts for it. Like I've seen shirts where like they're called Disney Drinking Squad. Like that's pretty funny.
Come on.
Yeah, like people go all out specifically for that whole drinking around the world thing. Yeah.
Oh man, and they get cut off sometimes.
If they get like too much, like you have to tell like they're stumbling, they're slurring their words, like they're getting very touchy, and with maybe the people in their party are starting to get a little rowdy or rambunctious, or kind of yelling at people outside of their party, and you can kind of tell they're like, you probably shouldn't have any more. Again, whether that rule should be in place or not, I don't know, but it is in place, so we got to follow it. And yeah, you definitely, I've had to red zone a couple people, not a lot, but a couple.
So it's rare. It's a rare.
Right. It's not like it's happening at least
rare.
once per shift or anything like that. It's probably, I've had to do it in the 3 months I've been there twice, so it's not even once a month. Yeah.
Okay.
At least for me. I'm sure for other people it could be different. I don't know. I'm sure there's people that have never had to do it. I'm sure there's people that are like, I've done it probably once a week. It just depends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But generally, it's people are pretty. Cool.
People usually handle it pretty well and are not even getting red zoned. Like the drinking part, like there are people that'll like go there all day, right, and be there from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., which is when the park is open and closed till. But a lot of the drinks aren't open until 11, and so though a lot of people space it out pretty well. But then there are people that are like, well, we're already in the World Showcase room. We're not going to like keep ping and pong and back and forth throughout the park. So like, well, we're going to go to Mexico, have a margarita, go to Norway, get a drink, go to China, get a drink, and just keep crushing through.
Yeah.
And that's when it can turn into a problem. So, yeah. But it's again, I don't have to deal with it very often. It's very, very, people do a pretty good job. So it's fine.
Yeah. Random question, couple random questions. One random question now, maybe one random question later if I think about it. One thing I noticed, and especially when I was going to get my funnel cake, I was so happy to get that funnel cake. I have not had funnel cake since does King's Dominion mean anything to you?
Yeah, I've been.
Okay,
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, my mom took Brooklyn and I. There's King's Dominion close to us, and then there's Kings Island in Ohio where she's from, so we've been to both.
Okay. Are they connected?
They're owned by the same company. Parent
really?
Company.
Okay.
Same company makes like Six Flags and Carowinds. So, yeah.
Okay.
I think it's those same companies. I could be completely wrong about that.
Yeah,
but
because
I think they all have the red flags coming out of the logo. I think that's how you know. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah. Because your dad and I, we're Northern Virginia kids.
Yeah.
We're, those of us who grew up in that area refer to ourselves as, some people can't stand, but we like it. And, but like King's Dominion was the thing.
Yeah.
Like summer, you're just, that was like the point. That was one of the things that you had to check off your list in the summer. And, and especially right after high school got out or school got out, it was like, those poor employees just been like
a nightmare.
Here come the Northern Virginia kids. My God, it's that time of year. So, but it was so fun. But anyway, just that's where my love for
theme parks,
funnel cake just
okay.
that's just where it just started. And I realized, I was like, it was probably about 2 or 3 weeks before I came here, I was like, I might be able to get funnel cake. I could get funnel freaking cake. And then I got here and I was like, I don't care how much it costs. Just take my card. But then I was eating it, or I got my plate and I was like, well, I'll go ahead and sit down and I'll enjoy this. No place to sit. 0 chairs.
Yeah.
What have you noticed that? Is there any reason behind
So there's a lot of tables, like kind of around like the World Showcase. Like there's like little tables.
Oh.
They're not. Especially towards close to the front of the park, there are not as many.
With chairs?
No.
Okay.
None with chairs.
Where are the chairs for people to sit and eat in?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's above my pay grade. I'm not sure.
I just didn't know if like you've ever caught wind of like why.
It's just like a thing. They always have these taller tables where people just kind of stand and eat.
Yeah.
Some people like you'll even see eating on trash cans. That's a very interesting. Like you'll see that a lot throughout the festivals at Epcot. People just will park it on a trash can. You're like, it's an odd choice, but all right. Float your boat, dude.
That was so interesting. I'm probably gonna look that up out of curiosity at some point. Just thought I'd hit you up to see if you had heard if that was in any of your training or anything. Like, the reason we don't have chairs is because
No, we aren't told that. I don't even know if we're like coordinators or leaders. No, I think that's a Disney design thing,
Yeah.
or how park layout handles that. I don't know.
Right.
Not us.
Yeah. So interesting, man. Um, Another super random thing, and I want to ask about your living situation here too briefly. But when I was at the front gate waiting for you to come pick me up, because obviously I'm a guest here, I don't live here.
Yeah.
I saw a couple people like pushing little hand carts. Mm-hmm. Why do they have those? Have you seen those?
Yeah, I've used them. I mean, so they're grocery carts. They're used for like a lot of people don't have cars here, and the walk back from Target to our apartment isn't super long. But like if you have a bunch of stuff or like heavy things, you're gonna want something to carry it in, right? And so they have at our community center, they have little carts that you can go rent and say, hey, I just want to rent a grocery cart. You give them your ID. They keep it until you give it back. Then you just check it out, and then you go and bring it back.
Like, is it free, or
Yeah.
do you have to? Okay,
yeah, it's free. It's just an amenity.
Okay, all right, very cool. This place is. I mean, you're in your apartment. Okay. So my thought when I was like, oh, is gonna be at this place, and he's just gonna be in a place that's like bare bones, just like just a place to sleep.
Nah, man, it's
Bro,
very, very
I
nice.
am in here. You got some good digs.
It's a nice setup, yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Like, of course, it is Disney. Like, you would expect nothing less, right? Like, I mean, we're set up. We got a refrigerator, microwave, oven, washer and dryer in every apartment, TV, couch, and a little living area, and then you have your room, which has, your room, which has a bed and a dresser and like a couple of little cabinets in your closet. And then at the space I'm at, there's 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom per little like side of the apartment. So there's on one side 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, which each bathroom has 2 sinks, toilet, and a shower. And the other side, the exact same thing: 2 bathrooms, toilet, shower, 2 sinks. Yeah.
Yeah, right on. I am a grown man, and I would be happy to live here. So I don't know if they accept.
I mean, unless you're still in college, I don't think
adult
so.
men.
But I mean, worth a shot, I guess.
Yeah. I think a lot of adults would be like, first of all, and that's just a jealousy thing, because I mean, I don't think people of my age and like my peers, this kind of stuff wasn't quite available. I think it was like starting to get there, maybe?
Not these apartments. These are very, very new.
Okay.
But the college program has been around almost as long as Disney World. Disney World is 50. It opened in 71. So we're looking at 56 years, something like that. And around then, and the program's been around for 50, I think, maybe a little under that. So it's been around. The college program's been around for a very, very long time. And there are people that'll talk to me like, "Man, I wish I could have done that when I was in college." I was like, "I mean, you could have. I mean, you would have had these nice of apartments, or maybe any apartments. I think it started as college for college students in Florida, and then it eventually is what it is now, where there's people coming from all over America, and then there's the international college program where you got kids coming from around the world. But yeah, I think it's always been something that people can do since almost as long as the park's been open. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think my buddy Chris Applegate did this back when we were, we were in college. I think it was his last year.
Yeah.
I think I might ask him what his living situation was like, but yeah. So he did this program, for what I can remember. I don't remember how long, but I'll have to ask him about that.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be very interesting. I know there was another apartment complex before these that was not nearly as nice as this. And they used that for a long while. I don't think it was 50 years, but I think it was for a little while. For probably 10 or 20. I would have to assume. I don't know for sure, but yeah.
Yeah. Good, man. Thanks for your time, bud.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime,
this has been really nice because I don't know if we've ever really gotten this much one-on-one time.
No, definitely not.
Just us.
Especially after you started living in Costa Rica. You came down for my graduation. We didn't get a lot of that one-on-one time, like you were saying. So
a lot of people.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
A lot of family.
Yeah,
so.
big time.
Yeah. And by the way, don't start crying, Joey. But I missed a lot of your childhood, which like I've felt guilty about for a long time, and it wasn't intentional.
Yeah, no.
It was
no worries, man.
just me ended up where I was in Costa Rica.
Yeah,
that was like a place I got to. I was there for a reason, and then I was just like, I just feel like I got this connection with this place. I need to stay here, and then
I get it. Yeah.
COVID and not having really the funds to even go anywhere, much less go home, even if I wanted to. And then the pandemic happened, and which actually made my life better because it thrust me into online teaching.
Yeah.
And then options
Life
just
happens,
became
man.
better than that.
Yeah.
But I have always thought about you,
Thank you.
a lot. Like
means a lot.
and your sister, you guys are my kids, dude.
you,
I mean,
Appreciate
I don't.
you.
Oh, honey, I don't have my own kids, so in my head, like, I've got you guys. And
Absolutely.
So I've missed out on some stuff.
Yeah.
But I hope not to miss out on too much more.
Definitely not, man.
Yeah. So thank you for letting me be your uncle.
Absolutely.
That
Absolutely.
means a lot.
Yeah.
That means a lot. But I'm gonna try to keep following you because your life is interesting.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, I try to keep it interesting. It's fun. I'm having a good time. I mean, it's different and there's a lot going on. But even though there's some things that I wish I maybe changed a little bit, I still wouldn't change anything.
Yeah.
It's everything has worked out the way it's supposed to.
Good.
Yeah.
And it's usually how it works.
Exactly.
Yeah. Good, man.
Sir.
Well, buddy, I love you.
Love you too. Thank you for talking.
Thanks,
love
sweetie. Great time. Thank you for having me visit.
Absolutely.
Thank you for chatting.
Yeah.
This is like this is good for us.
Yeah. It's good. It's very good. Yeah.
I've been looking forward to this for a long time. So.
Me too. 100%.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
So now you get the rest of your day.
I do.
What are you doing?
I don't know. Maybe I might go to a park, free admission, because I work here. So I might go do that for a little bit.
Yeah.
I got to get new uniforms or costumes for work. So that'll be, probably need to go do that. But yeah, we'll see.
So you made time for me today. Today's your day off. And then you've got, how early do you have to work tomorrow?
I work 11 to 9 tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like the evening shift.
No. Like all day. Like 11 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So is there only one shift or are there two shifts?
At Epcot, who knows? There's a lot going on. There's a lot of different, like, depending on, there's a 10:45 to 4:45 sometimes. There's a 1:30 to 10. There's an 11 to 9. There's 10:30 to 8. 10:30 to 8:30. Mm-hmm. I've worked 10:45 to 11 or to 10:45 to 10. Sorry. It depends. It really just depends on how many people they have at each stand and all that. So.
Okay.
Yeah, it just depends.
All right, man.
Yeah.
You got a couple more weeks to soak it up.
Almost done. Which sounds like a bad thing, but it's not. I'm excited to be home.
Yeah, I know you will be.
Yeah.
Oh, good, man.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy. You're the best.
Love you, man.
You're amazing. Thank you for your time, dude.
Absolutely. Anytime.
This is really special. I've been looking forward to this for
Me too.
a long time. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, how's this going to go?
Yeah.
How's this going to be? Is it going to be comfortable? And,
Yeah.
And actually, it took me a couple minutes to kind of get comfortable with this. And then I was like, for a minute, I was like, what's my next question? And I was just like, you know what?
Just move through it,
Talk.
Yeah, exactly, pretty much.
More than anything, it's because I've seen interviews where the interviewer talks too much. And then I said to myself, okay, Joey, your job's just listen.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I'm here. I guess what I'm here. That's what I'm here for. Apparently, thing. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is
Just
awesome,
questions
man.
on questions.
God, thanks, bud.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. I guess I stop this.
There you go.